Hello, my name is Carranza. This is my video for Physics 2 Lab 1. So now to start off with some of the key concepts and formulas relevant to this lab. First of all, Coulomb's law, which is a formula important used to find the electromagnetic force acting on an object from another charge. In this formula, the force is equal to K, which is Coulomb's constant, 9 times 10 to the power of 9. It represents 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. You multiply this by the charge of one object, multiply by the charge of the other object, divided by the magnitude of the displacement between them squared. This is also very related to the electric field formula, which basically only takes into account the external charge. And this is why a derivation of that is the energy is equal to the electromagnetic force over the source divided by the source charge. The subatomic particle properties, such as the elemental charge being equal to 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19, is important value to have. And Newton's second law, which is kind of deviates from these others, but is still very relevant and very elemental. Force is equal to mass times acceleration. Sum of forces is equal to the mass times acceleration. For the premise of this lab, we are basically taking a piece of tape and two pieces of tape, putting it on the table, ripping them off, and now they get a charge. We place one tape B in that position shown on the right, and we apply an electromagnetic force from the other tape A, and we see how they repel, and we observe this and get this experimental data, which is on the left. Those are the numbers that I'm going to input into the glow script and get my respective values of charge and electron ratio, etc. Now here we have the glow script part of the lab. On the left, we start off with the constants. This is all known information. And basically, yeah, this is the information that I'm going to be using in the calculations part, which is the second section. There I have that the force of gravity is equal to, obviously, mg. And this is where the sum of forces is equal to, Newton's second law is useful. The object is not in motion, therefore the sum of forces are equal to 0. So I can assume that the force of gravity is equal to the electromagnetic force. I can make both of these equal to each other, and I can solve for the only value that I don't know, which is Q. So that allows me to get the electron count divided in Q by the elemental charge of an electron, and I can get the ratio of atoms to electrons, which is the information that is being asked for in this lab. So yeah, and then the third part is just being, the code is just being able to display the image that is actually on the right, which shows the topmost ball, which is the topmost tape being affected by a gravity force and the electromagnetic force of the tape below it. These are the hand calculations made to find the total number of electrons and to find the value of Q, and these line up with what was found in the glow script. For these assumptions that we made, the first one was not relevant to this lab as the object is not in free falling state. The second was important as, it's a strip of tape, but we're compressing it into a single point for the sake of simpler calculations and application of concepts. The third one is also an oversimplification for the sake of a simpler application of the physics concepts. Now for the what if and why. What if electrons became positive charges and protons became negative charges? Well, in this lab, nothing really would have happened, nothing would have changed, because both of the tapes have the same charges repel. So if both of the tapes are now positive, instead of having being charged negatively with electrons, they would now be charged positively. They would still repel because the same charges repel, so the result would be the same. And secondly, why is it important to handle the charged tapes as little as possible? Basically because when you make contact with these charged objects, the electrons would be looking to flow into you because the object wants to become neutral. So if you handle the objects too much, such as the tape, it could lose charge and it could skew the results. So that is it for the video, and thank you for your time.